The Made in New Orleans Foundation wants to transform the hospitality industry, and in today's Impact Give Back, sponsored by Bart, we're finding out how they plan to do just that through equity. Joining me now for a conversation is the Executive Director. Please help me welcome Lauren Darnell. Welcome to the show, baby.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for all you're doing for the hospitality industry, because look, as a former worker myself, it is important that we help ourselves out. And I want to ask you, I love how you say that you all are transforming the hospitality industry through equity. Why did you choose this very important way of doing so?
I think from, George Floyd in 2020 and just the conversation, right? We're having sort of a national conversation, global really, around reckoning race relations and how do we create more fair, inclusive spaces where people feel like they belong. People are seen, heard, and acknowledged for their contributions. And so, the greatest thing of growing up here is recognizing who's cooking all the food. If you walk into any kitchen, you'll see that there's definitely an imbalance, right? There's more people of color in the kitchen than there is represented in the front of house, right? So equity is a tool where equity is about fairness and meeting people where they are. And so, there's lots of resources out there. We partnered with a great organization called Beloved Community that became our DEI training partner. We created this huge cohort of 22 restaurants who did an equity work plan to really roll up their sleeves and look at their hiring practices and culture to make them better, so that people are being paid fairly, are being treated fairly, and are moving and advancing in the industry.
Absolutely, and I want to share with you all some really surprising statistics. Like, number one, did you know that there are over 9,500 restaurants across the state of Louisiana, 1,200 in New Orleans alone, and get this, it generates more than $10 billion in sales a year, but guess what? 60% of New Orleanians are people of color, right? And a lot of the people in hospitality are African American. So it's important that we're providing equitable opportunities for people like us. What are some of the programs you all are doing at Made in New Orleans that are helping out people of color when it comes to the hospitality industry?
So historically, we had a culinary scholarship program. So we're able to send folks to culinary school, so they're getting educational resources.
Amazing.
We've expanded and grown over time, right? Things evolve, needs change. During COVID and post-pandemic, we gave out $20,000 in cash relief to BIPOC hospitality workers. We have created a hospitality workers experience survey. So we're starting to collect information, because a lot of this it sits in invisibility. You can't name a problem unless you have the research and data and you're telling the stories of the folks who are experiencing all of the challenges in the industry. So created a survey, so collecting data. We have a minnow meetup, so where we're sharing resources, right? So there's strength in numbers,
and that's
right?
What, every month, every week?
Every other month. Every other month, yeah.
Perfect. And you all have some great success stories as well. We have a picture of one of you all's culinary scholarship recipients. Tell us about this story right here.
So that's the hands of Chef Alex Anderson. She's an incredible vegan chef. She went up to culinary school in New York, came back home. She's worked at Margie's Grill, at Justine's. She's just a super talented. What she can do with a vegetable is insane.
Come on.
So we helped her launch her vegan catering business. And we have loads of stories like that. Chef Byron Bradley is opening his restaurant, Fun, in the Bywater. It's going to be amazing. It's sort of a, Haitian Creole, really sort of Creole Ribian is how he describes his food.
I can't wait to try that for sure. But what's great is that you all are obviously doing a lot for the people in the community, which I think is great. And one way we can get involved is through you all's Pass the Peas month that's coming up in November. Tell us about that and how we can get involved.
Yes, Pass the Peas is amazing. So literally it's the idea of how do we pass the peas? In African American foodways, the pea is significant of luck and prosperity. And so we have Pass the Peas in November. You have a minnow on the menu item. So you can go to a partner of ours. Let's say, for instance, The Chloe. Let's say, for instance, Cure. Order a drink week, and proceeds go to Made in New Orleans Foundation.
And it's happening all month long, everybody, November 1st through the 30th. Look for the item on the menu and help support Minnow, which is doing a lot. Thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations to you. And look, everybody, they have a lot that they offer at Minnow, everybody. Coaching, mentorship, a lot of great things if you're in the hospitality industry. If you want to support the Pass the Peas event, it's coming up November 1st through the 30th. For more information about that and the Made in New Orleans Foundation as a whole, visit minnowfoundation.org or follow them on social media as well. All right.